Knowledge Bandara, an animated video presenting the world's best-selling books. Hello friends, welcome back to Knowledge Bandara. I am glad that you are enjoying the content so far. This week I am unfolding The Psychology of Money. This book written by Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel is a partner at Collaborative Fund and the former columnist at the Wall Street Journal and the Motley Fool. This book is a combination of personal finance, economics, psychology, and it explores the ways in which our attitudes, beliefs, and biases shape our financial decision making. So let's get into the video. The book discusses how money is not just a tool for buying goods and services, but is also deeply tied to our emotions, values, and sense of identity. Housel explores topics such as the role of luck in financial success, the dangers of excessive risk-taking, and the importance of time and patience in investing. Throughout the book, Housel draws on a wide range of examples and stories to illustrate his points, including the experiences of successful investors, the psychology of gamblers, and the economic impact of cultural norms. In this summary, we will cover the key ideas and insights from the book. Let's go one by one. First, the role of luck in financial success. One of the key themes of the psychology of money is the importance of understanding the role of luck in financial success. While we tend to think of financial success as a result of hard work, talent, and good decisions, luck plays much larger role than we often realize. Many successful people have been fortunate to have the right opportunities at the right time, while many unsuccessful people have been dealt a bad hand despite their best efforts. Understanding the role of luck is important because it can help us avoid the trap of overconfidence. If we recognize that our success is not solely the result of our own efforts, we can avoid the temptation to take excessive risks or make overly aggressive investments. Second, the power of compound interest. Another important idea in the books is the power of compound interest. Saving and investing early can have a dramatic impact on our financial future thanks to compounding effect of interest. The earlier we start saving and investing, the more time our money has to grow, and the more dramatically it can compound over time. For example, if you were to invest $10,000 at an annual rate of 10%, it would grow to $17,000 in 5 years, $28,000 in 10 years, $46,000 in 15 years, and $76,000 in 20 years. The longer you invest, the more dramatic the effect of compound interest becomes. Third, the impact of financial goals. Setting financial goals is an important part of achieving financial success. When we have clear goals, we are more likely to take actions that align with those goals. Goals can also help us avoid the temptation to short-term thinking and focus on long-term. However, it's important to recognize that goals can also be limited. When we become too fixated on a specific goal, we may miss out on other opportunities or fail to see the bigger picture. It's important to strike a balance between having a clear goals and remaining flexible and open to new opportunities. Fourth, the dangers of short-term thinking. One of the biggest challenges we face in investing is the temptation to focus on short-term gains rather than long-term growth. This can lead us to make decisions that are not in our best interests, such as selling a stock too soon or taking on too much risk in the hopes of quick profits. To overcome this temptation, it's important to focus on long-term and avoid getting caught up in the short-term fluctuations. This means having a clear investment strategy, diversifying our portfolio, and avoiding the temptation to chase after the latest hot stock or investment trend. Fifth, the role of risk and uncertainty. Investing always involves some degree of risk and uncertainty. While it's important to understand and manage risk, it's also important to recognize that uncertainty is a fact of life. When it comes to investing, we can't predict the future with certainty. We can't eliminate all risk. One key idea in the book is the importance of recognizing our own tolerance for risk. Some people are naturally more risk averse, while others are more comfortably taking on risk. Understanding our own risk tolerance can help us make better investment decisions and avoid taking on too much risk. Another important idea is the role of diversification in managing risk. By spreading our investment across different asset classes and sectors, we can reduce the impact of any single investment on our overall portfolio. This can help us manage risk while still achieving long-term growth. Sixth, the dangers of financial overconfidence. Overconfidence is a common trap that many investors fall into. We may believe that we have a special ability to pick winning stocks or time the market, when in reality our success may be due to more luck than skill. Overconfidence can lead us to take on too much risk, make rash decisions, or ignoring warning signs. To avoid this trap, it's important to be honest with ourselves about our own abilities and limitations. We should also seek out diverse perspectives and listen to the opinions of others rather than relying solely on our own judgment. 7th, the value of simplicity. Investing can be complex and confusing, but the book argues that simplicity is often the key to success. Complex investment strategies and products can be difficult to understand and may not always deliver the promised results. By focusing on simple, low-cost investments such as index funds and avoiding complex products, we can avoid unnecessary fees and reduce the risk of making costly mistakes. 8th, the role of emotions. Emotions play a significant role in financial decision making. Fear and greed are two common emotions that can lead us to make irrational decisions. For example, fear may lead us to sell our investments during market downturn, while greed may lead us to take on too much risk in the hopes of quick profits. To overcome the influence of emotions, it's important to have a clear investment strategy and stick to it even during times of market volatility. It's also helpful to recognize our own emotional triggers and develop strategies for managing them. 9th, the importance of learning from mistakes. We all make mistakes when it comes to investing. The key here is to learn from those mistakes and use them as an opportunity for growth and improvement. By reflecting on our past mistakes, we can identify areas where we need to improve, develop new strategies for managing risk, and avoid making the same mistakes in the future. 10th, the impact of culture and social norms. The book also explores the ways in which the culture and social norms can impact our financial behavior. Our attitude towards money are often shaped by our upbringing, cultural background, and social environment. For example, some cultures may place a higher value on saving and frugality, while others may place a higher value on conspicuous consumption and status symbols. By understanding the impact of culture and social norms on our financial behavior, we can make more informed decisions that align with our own values and priorities. 11th, finding balance. Finally, the psychology of money emphasizes the importance of finding balance in our financial lives. It's easy to get caught up in the extremes of greed and fear, but the key to long-term success is often found in the middle ground. By finding a balance between taking on reasonable risk and avoiding unnecessary risk, setting clear goals without becoming too fixated on them, and focusing on long-term growth while remaining flexible and adaptable, we can achieve financial success while also enjoying a balanced and fulfilling life. Overall, the psychology of money is a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their financial decision-making skills and achieve long-term financial success. I hope you have enjoyed. Please support and subscribe for more such videos. In this week's book recommendation, I would recommend The White Tiger by Aravind Adiga. It's a novel which portrays the harsh reality of modern India. If you start reading few pages, it really hooks you. There is a movie by the same name on Netflix starring Adarsh, Priyanka Chopra and Rajkumar Rao. You can pick this book if you love thrilling politics. That's it for this week. See you in my next video. Bye.